Hello, people. Welcome to the Huddle podcast. Another time of good fun. Opinionated people like myself, Jason, saying the most outlandish stuff people need to hear. And this week we are talking everything about comic books and I guess video games as well. Here today we got Matthew.
How's it going, guys? Having a good weekend? I am. I'm a bit hungover. Tired as hell. It's been a long day, even though I only woke up around like what? 1?
That's what happens when we party, man. It's party all the time.
I am tired as fuck.
Yep. And we have Epi, man.
Yep, I am fucking full. That barbecue yesterday, I had like on my plate at one point, like pork chop, sirloin steak, sausage, and
That's what she said.
chicken thigh. I think there was like a vegetable there.
That was a good barbecue. I drank way too much beer.
Yeah, I drank a lot. Fuck. I went through I had a bunch of Jack, went through that bottle of wine, and then I had a bunch of rum and gingers.
It's a good time, summertime, man, summer.
Then after you left, we climbed the shack.
Oh boy. So, we're going to talk about some good old
Let's talk about Batman.
and some video games and opinions that we all have as usual. Don't worry, fat chicks, I'm not disputing this week.
Movies and what we hope. Don't
Look
mind me,
out.
man. I'm fucking tired.
Professor.
Anyways, let's get this started and let's go.
No, the problem is like the end of Dark Knight. They set it up so well to be able to continue, but we all know it's going to be the last because Bale doesn't want to do it without Nolan. Nolan doesn't want to do it anymore. But they set it up so perfectly for another entry, and Warner Brothers is talking about rebooting the franchise again, just so that they can build it up towards a Justice League. How like how Marvel did it, and that's fucking dumbest thing I've ever heard. You're gonna take gold and just shit all over it because you want to be like Big Brother Marvel.
Isn't that what they always do anyways? Who owns it? WB? It's Warner Brothers that.
Yeah. They got the Batman license.
So obviously, I'm not surprised. I actually think they should just make a realistic Justice League the same way they do with Batman.
It has that was the best thing about Avengers and all the Marvel movies. They realize like these are comic book characters. You're not gonna get like a Nolan-esque Thor movie. You're not gonna get like you can't have like Thor's like some bum like fighting crime in the nitty gritty under mob world or whatever.
With a hammer.
They realize that like no, it's a comic movie, so we're not gonna translate a comic into a movie. They're saying we're gonna make a comic book.
But if
movie.
you look at it, it makes sense though because DC heroes are more realistic than Marvel superheroes.
Green Lantern,
huh?
Green
Lantern's realistic.
Batman is more
Wonder Woman.
Batman is the most realistic. Superman's an alien. Green Lantern gets his powers from aliens. Wonder Woman is an Amazon god.
But you could still set it in a realistic.
Aquaman.
You could still.
He's basically Poseidon.
You could still set it in a realistic environment. You can do it. Look at Smallville of all things. Smallville was extreme to a certain point, but you see how they put it like in a real world situation. You could do it like
Smallville was basically how he grew up coping with his powers. Understandable, but it wasn't like you can't really say that's realistic.
But it was in a realistic setting, not like Marvel. I understand Marvel how they do things more cartoonish.
Let's say they tried to make Smallville a movie. Would you have actually enjoyed it?
I watched all the seasons of Smallville.
You watched all the seasons of a TV show, but if they tried to translate Smallville into a movie, do you think it would work?
I don't know, man. Those old Batman seemed a lot like. No, I mean those old Superman seemed a lot like Smallville. They did.
A lot of those old Superman sucked.
Nah, man. Superman 2 was the best.
The last Superman that came out was fucking brutal.
Okay, that one because that thing went wrong. They should have never had Lex Luthor as the bad guy, and it made the whole story was just kind of lost. Him getting crystal kryptonite and all that shit, and the island shooting up in the air made no sense to me.
That was a dumb movie.
It's like, oh shit, Kryptonite loses all his powers.
He didn't
I'm
even
just gonna fucking take this and throw it into.
He
the
didn't
sun.
even lose his powers. He had kryptonite embedded in his back, and he was able to still fly and shoot the whole island up into space.
It was so bad.
It was bad. It made no sense. It was.
Well, I do hope this next Superman movie is good, considering it'll be one of the last comic book movies for a very long time. It will suck.
We had a good year so far though.
Yeah. Honestly, Batman kind of spoiled us because that was great.
Oh, and Avengers earlier.
Avengers as well. Spider-Man was good.
Still have to see.
Thank
that.
God for bringing that back to life, because after Spider-Man 3, I honestly thought that was dead in the water.
Tobey Maguire's a horrible actor. I've been saying for years. He can't act.
But it wasn't even so much of Tobey Maguire's acting, but it was just a horrible script for a third movie that had so much potential to be so much more.
There was too much crying and dancing, and in Spider-Man it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like they went away from what made the comic book story of the Venom symbiote good and tried to make it modern day, what was popular right now. And at the time, like the emo trend was like a big thing. So rather than like creating the symbiote, which was an arrogant, violent prick, they created an emotional, like just ridiculous.
Turned him into Jared Leto.
Yeah, pretty much. Like they ruined a good thing.
And they used Eric Foreman.
Yeah. First off, Eddie Brock is like a huge buff white guy.
I don't know, like
how does Eric Foreman work as Eddie Brock?
No, for me, I defend the decision to cast on the guy because they were supposed to be the anti-Spider-Man. So Eric Foreman, is like he's the same build, but he was completely opposite.
That's not Eddie Brock.
I know it's not Eddie Brock, but I'm saying like that's the vision they were going for.
Because if we're going to be doing that, then I can approve the decision of what they did in Wolverine Origins with giving Deadpool laser eyes.
That just didn't work for anybody.
Yeah, Eddie Brock as a skinny prick doesn't work.
No, he could act though. Who played Eric Foreman? He could act. He's a real good actor.
Topher Grace or whatever.
Topher Grace, that's his name. Yeah. But as Eddie Brock,
he can act, but he's not Eddie Brock.
He's not Eddie Brock. He's not Eddie Brock.
Because then when the symbiote goes on Eddie Brock, it's like he's huge.
They could have used
big.
Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock. That would have made me more sense.
That would have made more sense.
Yeah.
You know, like Venom was hulking. Like when the symbiote went on Eddie Brock, they became like a beast. When the symbiote went on friggin' Spider-Man 3's version of Eddie Brock, he was just like as skinny as Spider-Man. Like
I'm gonna get you.
It's like, are you kidding me? Like it was ridiculous.
That was a disgrace of a movie.
It's so because if 3 worked out, they could have kept using the symbiote, and 4 could have been Carnage.
Yeah, they could have introduced him at the very least. It was so brutal.
Carnage could have worked for 4.
But taken away from what I wanted to say, The Amazing Spider-Man, great movie. And like the one thing I like is they made Peter Parker. You know, he's a nerd. They show like the creation of how he got the web slinger and like how he made it work. Then like his wittiness when he fights, like everything about it was just like, this is the Peter Parker I know. Like it worked perfect, you know. Plus, I think like at first a lot of people had their doubts about them going back to like him being in high school and stuff like that. But I think even that made it even better because you understand the struggle of him like getting his powers and having to cope with it in that setting a lot more than the older Spider-Man. Who's like the college guy who works at the Daily Bugle, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it worked out really well in that sense.
Yeah,
is there any J. Jonah Jameson in there?
No,
because he was the best thing about the first 3.
He was not in it because he doesn't like in the Amazing Spider-Man. He doesn't work at the Daily Bugle. He's still young. It's not till later on that he starts like doing the freelance stuff with him.
Spider-Man.
I thought it was great, man.
But yeah, going back to Dark Knight, like I don't know why it's so contested. Like it's probably the most divided of all the Batmans as to like who liked it and who didn't. I personally haven't met anybody who didn't like it, but
I liked it, but I still think Dark Knight was better.
Oh, that's the consensus, yeah.
Well, you had the Joker who was like Heath
well, because I felt like there was too many times where there were dull moments in Dark Knight Rises. where it's like you just felt like, okay, let's move it along. Like
Yeah.
maybe this talking scene doesn't need to be here, or maybe this walking scene doesn't need to be here. You know, just get to the point, kind of thing. You know, and like there was too many times where it's like I felt as if they were showing things just because they could. So I felt that may have like kind of thrown off the vibe of what we felt of it. You know, like just too many inconsistencies with like action and then kind of like dull moments. Like you're bringing it up, then you bring it down, like a roller coaster. You know, like sometimes you don't want to plateau too much. You want to just keep things going on that emotional spin, which the movie had, anyways.
I think for next comic, like they should redo like a lot of the old like movies that came out. They should redo Punisher from scratch. Like Punisher deserved way better than the.
I think
Punisher was a good movie.
But it could have done way better than the first.
Well, yeah, because they had a budget of like $20. It was like,
yeah. Considering like how low scale that movie was and how good it ended up being.
Yeah,
like,
they blew their budget on Travolta, which was a mistake. But, no, because like I was watching the commentary for it, and the guy was talking about the production house made him cut the entire introduction of the movie, which was supposed to like set up his whole character arc, which is like it's supposed to be like him in the war, like in Iraq or something like that. Which was supposed to like set him up to, I guess, to like near the breaking point.
Yeah.
And then so when his family gets murdered, like that was like him where he snaps. So like in the movie, it's like a complete 180 turn. But like apparently he set it all up, and the producer's like, "No, I gotta cut it. It's too expensive." He's like, "What the fuck? Like it's in the script. That's like 30% of the entire story arc, and you just want to cut it?" They're like, "Yes, we have no money."
But I find like they could have done a lot better with Punisher. They could do.
He's the most. He's such an easy.
He's a very easy Marvel character. Like he's just as easy as Blade is.
Yeah.
In a sense, like the story is so straightforward.
Blade was
so
done
simple.
right.
Blade
was really done right
too.
Blade was done right.
For like they got 3 movies and a TV series out of Blade. So.
But yeah, the best thing about Punisher this show is that he doesn't just kill you; he will ruin your life and then kill you. That's what I love about
Ghost Rider was just a pure travesty.
I never.
Yeah, because who did they get to play? Nicolas Cage. Like
Nicolas Cage is an action star.
Like a receding hairline. They could have got to play this guy. They got Nicolas Cage to be Ghost Rider
twice,
oh,
dude.
God.
That second one was pure crap.
You know what would have made best Ghost Rider? Ryan Gosling. After Drive.
Yeah.
You think?
Though I wasn't a big fan of Drive.
I liked it.
I liked the soundtrack a lot more than the movie. And that's like I was watching, like I'm like, yo, these songs are great, but why is he talking so low? Why is he even doing this right now? Like there were just too many times I'm just like, you know what, just drive your car and let me listen to the music.
Yeah, and Ghost Rider could have been done way better.
I didn't get the whole nostalgia behind that movie.
What other movie that came out like one of those characters? I think it was mostly Punisher and Ghost Rider. Outside of the norm of.
They need to redo Daredevil.
I think. On that note, 'cause I think Marvel is either secured or is securing the Punisher rights. They're about to get Daredevil back because they had to make another Daredevil movie going into production this year, or they lose their film rights.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently the director or something just dropped out. So they have until September. They have to go into production in September with no director, or they lose the film rights. And knowing Fox, they're probably going to do it. They're probably just going to go fucking wing it. And,
I would say buy it back as soon as possible.
No, that's the thing. They have to wait
because
though.
It's under contract.
Yeah.
If Fox isn't willing to sell, what are you going to buy?
They can block it too, can they?
Who?
Marvel.
They can't block it.
It's their own character.
No, they got its film rights are completely
They gave
separate.
a contract to Fox for it.
For exclusive film rights.
Yeah.
However, that expires in a certain amount. So if they don't go into production by September to secure it, then Marvel can buy it back. Or get it back. It'll be open so they can buy it.
Like, I didn't have... Ben Affleck, he could have been a good Daredevil, just how the movie was directed.
Yeah,
it
had some good scenes. Like
It wasn't great, but it wasn't...
What?
It wasn't that bad either.
It was too high. It was too hit and miss. Like there were some great scenes. Like I liked how they set him up. Like Derek, like he wasn't like flawless. He was taking hits. He had a pretty shitty life, but he just kept doing it. Like I kind of like that whole thing. That just like that Catholic guilt that just like keeps him going. But then they just did the whole Jennifer Garner shit and like
Elektra.
I don't know, just like
Elektra.
It was like the cheese. Like remove all the cheese from that movie and you have something proper.
And oh man, Bullseye.
No, what?
And don't get me wrong, I think Colin Farrell is a good actor.
I wouldn't even stretch it that far.
The best way to do a Daredevil movie is do it like Boondock Saints.
He was such a horrible and I'm not even gonna say it's his fault. Script wise, they wrote a horrible Bullseye.
Yeah.
I missed. I never miss.
I was like, idiot.
Like it was just so brutal.
Elektra, oh my god. I don't know what they were thinking of that. That was just a waste.
I'm glad they killed her.
Trying to think who would make it.
In Daredevil, she had her own movie.
Yeah, but I'm glad they killed her in Daredevil because.
Trying to think of who would make a good.
It was hurting to watch her.
Actually, who would make one? Kevin McKidd.
For who? Bullseye?
For Daredevil.
Daredevil?
Get a real blind person.
He was in.
That's authentic.
Hey, if you can get the blind guy to do Daredevil, then I'll accept it.
The blonde centurion from Rome.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that would work. That would actually work.
Let's see.
I don't know. Yeah, that's
It looks a lot like him. He can do that whole grim.
That's the main comic book movies that I've seen come out. Like, you won't see anymore. I think Ghost Rider could be the best if it's done right. Without Nicolas Cage, it could be the next.
Ghost Rider
best.
could have been so badass if they had somebody who wrote a good script for it, but they didn't.
Nicolas
Fox. Why, man? If Marvel Studios only made their studio earlier,
Yeah.
and I hate to say it, but if only Disney bought them out sooner so that they could make a studio, we would have had so many better movies in our hands.
X-Men. Well,
They could have all showed up in the Avengers.
For real.
The last X-Men was travesty. The last
Oh,
Spider-Man,
fuck, man.
travesty.
That was so.
That was
So
so-
it's Sony that has
Spidey.
but it's still a travesty. Not even talking about Punisher and Ghost Rider. I don't know. It needs to be in Marvel's hands for it to be right. It has to be done right by them.
Yep.
It's like, and I don't know. DC's not coming out with anything.
Besides Superman,
after
not for a
Superman.
while. I mean, they keep trying to push for a Wonder Woman TV show, but
That got
just
canceled.
dumb as dirt. Every year they try it again. It's like, just stop. Stop trying to make Wonder Woman a TV series. If you really want people to know Wonder Woman, make her a fucking movie. Because nobody, like, most people seen the Wonder Woman TV show, but they have absolutely no clue who the fuck she is. Give her an Origins movie where you, like, what you've done countless times for Superman, do it for Wonder Woman. One time, do it right.
Green Arrow, I think it's this fall. Is coming up with his own show, but it's not the same actor from
Show?
Smallville. Yeah, show. Green Arrow.
See, why? Why do they continue to do TV shows? Especially if they're trying to seriously line up their way for a Justice League movie. Stop doing TV shows. Do movies.
But you know that's the thing. When the last Superman movie came out, they wanted the guy who played Clark Kent in Smallville to be Superman for that movie. He said he didn't want to do it. I was like, because I didn't know, he said the show was still going on or something like that, but he didn't want to do it, which would have been good. He should have done. Because people.
I think it would have been better off with him not doing it though, because he's the young Superman. He's not the older Superman.
Yeah, in the show he's 20. He's 21.
Yeah, but it's
in real life he's almost 40.
Oh, but like in all seriousness, it's like if you represent the young Superman, I wouldn't want you to be representing the older Superman as well.
Yeah.
But he's more recognizable than Brendan Routh, though.
Yeah, he's recognizable because
a lot
of the
people
TV
would
show.
not seen it for him.
But how hard is it to get a good actor to play Superman? Do a good casting, like, come on.
I don't know, but that whole...
Yeah, it's not a hard spot to cast.
Yeah. Like, he's literally your generic white man.
I can attest to this.
He could play Superman.
You just give him the curl.
Literally, he already has the glasses. All you have to do is shave the beard and, yeah, give him a little curl.
You won't recognize him.
Like, are you kidding me? Put a cape on him and some blue tights and he's Superman.
I'll prove it. I'll prove it in October, Halloween.
Like, it's really not that hard.
Use it for the TV show Superman, Lois and Clark. What was his name?
Oh, that guy. Oh, man. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he didn't do anything after that.
Please Believe It or Not.
That's true. It's the same.
No, but
It's a paycheck. Why
the thing
not?
is, though, the thing I remember from that show specifically is like when Lex Luthor he figured out who Superman was and was telling Lois, Lois, how stupid are you? how don't you know who he is? He takes the glasses, puts it on and off, and she like starts thinking like it's Clark. I was like, how much of an idiot
But how
are you?
stupid is everyone? Like, this is literally what he does. He has the worst disguise in the world, yet nobody knows who Superman is.
And I remember in the cartoon Batman, he figured him out in less than 5 minutes of knowing him. He didn't listen to Superman. He just followed, put a tracking device on him and followed him home, and that was it. He just went back and he knew what it was.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of liked in Return. Like, I like Brandon Routh. I think he's a pretty good actor. He's a funny guy. And that's why I like.
Funny
I liked how he did.
Pilgrim.
I liked how he did Clark Kent. He's just like a bumbling idiot.
No, but I mean, that whole movie was weird. It felt like a movie that was set in the 1960s. I don't know how the style, how it was shot or anything like that, but it just felt like an old. It was set in an old era. It didn't seem.
They were trying to
Superman is an old
Reeves.
character.
Like, I don't know. It wasn't the greatest. But what's his name? Kevin Spacey played a good Lex Luthor, but not in a good movie though.
Yeah,
Not in a good movie. They shouldn't. I still say they shouldn't pick the Lex Luthor for a villain.
no.
No, he's too known. Like, we're tired of seeing that.
No, you need him to be
story.
like mastermind, yeah, but like a direct villain, no.
Doomsday, have some like Doomsday.
Darkseid, you know.
Darkseid would have made perfect sense.
You pick somebody that can kick his ass. Will give him a challenge. Will make you be like, yo, this was
Zod.
Yeah, you know, like, you need a character that you know is not just gonna say, and I brought kryptonite. And, like, all of a sudden, oh, no, I can't fight you. Like, you need a character that's really, like, even Bizarro Superman, you know? Like, somebody that's just different from what we're so used to in these movies.
Bizarro would be weird. And just give him blue kryptonite, he starts dying.
But that'd be a good fight. Like, that'd be a good story to create for a movie of Superman.
They don't have to make him stupid, though. Like, really stupid.
I don't
know how that's gonna work.
I hate Superman. Take away his powers and he can't do shit. You know, it's like Superman Returns. Like, he's like, oh no, he doesn't have his powers. He gets his ass kicked by like just some thugs. Like, that's pretty depressing.
That whole movie was wrong. I just say that whole movie was wrong.
Yeah.
But Batman's kicked his ass enough times to let us know that he's not as badass as we all think.
Batman kicked his ass without. I remember in the cartoon he basically suplexed Superman with his just by himself without no powers or anything, and Batman's like, no, Superman was like, he landed on the table, like, the hell?
Yeah, but the problem with Superman too is like he always holds back. Like the only time he like you ever saw him really unleash was against both Doomsday and Darkseid, and Doomsday kills him. In Darkseid, he beats the shit out of him.
Darkseid.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Thor. He's always holding back.
Yeah. Screw that. If you got the powers to do it, you kill. Be a Carnage. Just do it.
I don't know. Thor kills. He just depends who.
Ice giants.
Thor kills when it's the only thing left to do.
Kills ice giants for fun.
Yeah, pretty much. Before he learned humility.
The thunderclap.
Yeah, there's like that beast in Thor movie. He just fucking flies through the thing's face.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Turns himself into a rocket.
That movie was actually pretty good.
I like the Thor movie.
Yeah.
That movie was pretty good. Still don't know how he got to Earth and whatnot, but
Oh, in Avengers?
yeah.
They explain it.
Yeah, they explained that he used.
I like to see
Odin-
stuff. I don't like things
used
explained
how much
to me.
dark was dark matter or dark
Yeah.
energy he used to like send you back. Basically, Odin gives up most of his power to send Thor back because the Rainbow Road was broken.
And they should rebuild it.
Yeah, they're trying to.
The only way he could get back is if he got the
Yeah.
Tesseract.
Cosmic Cube. I still don't understand. I don't know. I think Silver Surfer should at least be in a next Avengers. It would make perfect sense.
If they can get the rights to him, then yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with like
in Fantastic Four. It was just
if they had the rights to it, Wolverine and Spider-Man would have been in the Avengers. Like that's what
Andrew
Garfield.
Avengers would have
Yeah,
been.
Andrew
I
Garfield
don't
was
think-
joking
I don't
that
think-
like I'd love to be in Avengers if we like he was basically like he was on thin ice because he was basically complaining that Marvel didn't have the film rights to Spider-Man because he said he wanted to really be in the Avengers.
He could probably be, well, if they loan the rights, he could probably be.
I don't
in
think
it.
you can loan rights. I don't think that's how contracts work.
No,
I don't know.
they'd have to finish up their stuff or buy them out. That's all. Like I said, it's only if they're willing to sell.
But they make too much money for Sony and Fox, respectively.
Yeah.
It's like the only thing that they're making money off of anymore are superheroes. So they're going to keep making them. like X-Men First Class and all that stuff. The only reason they made
First Class was so good.
Yeah, First Class is pretty good.
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah,
I want him to be Magneto from now on.
Yeah,
I need that too.
So that was supposed to be the Magneto origin story.
Yeah. No, it pretty much was.
Yeah, they stretched it out a bit, but like the whole movie was supposed to be about Magneto.
Like, if anything, like without a doubt, he's the one who stole the show, and like like the chemistry he had with whatever that.
Even Ian McKellen liked it.
Like, it was fucking sick.
But he's a good actor, though.
Aren't they making a second one?
I think so.
So there you go, man.
With James McAvoy. James McAvoy, he's good in in Wanted. That was one of that's one of my favorite movies.
It's funny seeing him as the action.
I find Wanted it's a good bad movie.
Yeah,
because it's so it's so unrealistic. Like, the whole premise of it is just like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a good.
It's a very ridiculous movie,
but you can't help but enjoy it.
Yeah,
I love the movie when he shot through the guy's eye and starts going with him. That was the most.
But I'm not saying it was bad, but it's like it's just so ridiculous.
Yeah, you see previews and stuff, right? You think it's gonna suck, and like Jon Stewart summed it up perfectly when he has James McAvoy on the show. He's just like, this movie is supposed to suck. Like, it doesn't. Like,
well, honestly, like, I put it in the same category as Snakes on a Plane.
No.
I put it in the same.
That was a good movie, but it was a bad movie.
No.
Yes, it was. It was so cheese. Like, you knew what was gonna happen. Everybody went to the movie to wait for the same line by Samuel Jackson because you knew it was coming and you knew that's all you really wanted to see. But you enjoyed the whole ride there.
But Wanted is something new. Like, I think like Wanted is like some those hidden gems. Like, you know, in video games when you saw Watch Dogs. No one heard about it. No one knew about it. Yeah. But as soon as everyone saw it, everyone was like, "Holy shit!"
I quite wanted this stuff like Kick-Ass and.
Hey, Kick-Ass was fucking good.
Yeah, no, that's good.
That's not even a good bad movie. That's just a good movie.
Like, a lot of people didn't like Scott Pilgrim. I love Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim was good.
That movie was crazy.
I like Scott Pilgrim.
Those are like the hidden gem stuff I like to see.
But that's like the ultimate nerd fantasy movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's just so video game. It's so comic.
Yeah.
It's what you grew
so
up
funny.
knowing.
I was listening to commentary for that one too, and it's like Brandon Routh is a bigger nerd than Michael Cera. Because like Michael, he didn't even know what that little chime was, the Zelda chime.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what's that from? Brandon Routh, like, without skipping a beat, and he's like, Zelda's when you get a piece of the Triforce.
Such a good
you
movie.
lost your vegan powers. Thomas Jane.
It's like, what? It's like, what was he said? He had gelato? He's like, but that's ice cream. He's like, that has eggs in it.
Another thing too, I was there was this kind of meme thing that was on the internet. It was like saying, isn't anyone else worried that the guy who plays Captain America, he's also the same guy that plays the Human Torch in
so if they ever get the rights back,
people want to say, isn't anyone worried about this?
The thing, I don't think like Captain America and Johnny Storm, like, their paths never really crossed.
Not really, but like if Civil War.
I think he makes a better Johnny Storm than Captain America. I really find him because he's chatty.
Because I feel the one thing most people disconnected with Captain America was the fact that he should be older, and that's like the difference that I feel most people feel. It's like Johnny Storm, he's younger, he's chatty, you know, he's kind of like Fantastic Four's Spider-Man, you know, even though in the future Spider-Man becomes part of Fantastic Four, like with the death of Johnny Storm. But I feel like that's why like people looked at him in that situation was like, yeah, that works. But then it's like Captain America is like they went with a younger Captain America, which most people aren't familiar with.
No, they if they were to get Fantastic Four back, I'm positive they would just recast everybody.
Yeah, because there's no way they're going to take him out of Captain
Get back
America.
Jessica Alba. I would be happy with that. I'd be happy with Jessica Alba coming back.
Hell yeah! There is never a bad time for Jessica Alba, ever. Sin City. Yes.
They're making the second one. I think they actually started making the second one.
Finally.
Yeah. That I don't know what took them so
I think one of them is because Frank Miller because like most of the stories are already written. They're going off those, but one of the stories is he needed to write for the second movie, which was Alba's character, because he only had her as like a side character, but they wanted to make like a sequel based off her getting revenge for Hardigan.
It's a Dame to Kill For. That's the second one.
No, that's the Dame to Kill For is the one with Clive Owen's character
No,
Dwight.
But the movie, it's called The Dames Kilford. I don't know if that's what they're calling, but that's what I saw last.
Okay, yeah, that's one of the books. It's the one before.
The first movie, whatever.
Yeah, with Dwight and Marv is in there too, and it's like you find out why they're talking about how like Dwight has a new face.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and why he's a murderer and like wanted and all that shit. And then you find out Michael Clark Duncan. You see how he loses his eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Marv.
I don't think he's gonna be in the next one though, because he had a heart attack just recently or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But Omarosa actually saved his life. I'm not even joking. You can't even make that shit up. It's true. So he had a heart attack, but she gave him like CPR, and I think he's in the hospital for like observation or something like that.
Shit. He's way too huge.
Hopefully he recovers well from that.
Yeah, because I want to see him and Mickey Rourke go at it. That's gonna be like the best fight scene ever.
That would be pretty sick.
They both can't die, basically.
They would destroy
Of course not.
the fucking apartment.
Just a lot of broken bricks and
No, like, especially with like that kind of with like Rodriguez's directing.
Yeah.
That would be like the best fight scene.
yeah.
Clive Owen.
It's gonna be so gritty and bloody.
Yeah.
Clive Owen. This dude, he's a good actor. What was that movie he was in?
Children of Men.
No.
Children of Men, Inside Man.
Not that. Where he has the baby and he has like.
Children of Men. Where like
No,
this is the
not
last one to be born in
no.
like forever.
No, it's where he eats carrots. He can actually see better, and he starts shooting people up. What is it Shoot 'Em Up? I think that's but he's with that.
I think he's in Shoot 'Em Up, but I don't remember that movie at all.
Yeah, he's in Shoot 'Em Up. I haven't seen it yet though.
I think it's Shoot 'Em Up where he just like basically he eats carrots, and you see his eyesight gets like 20/20 vision, and he starts shooting people from everywhere and everything like that. He just starts killing people.
Well, 2020 standards.
Huh? Well, he's like he has bad.
I hope it's
eyesight.
better than 2020.
But it's weird. It's weird. I can't. I think it's Shoot 'Em
carrots.
Up, but I can't remember if that's the name of it. Well, that's a good movie. Clive Owen's a good actor.
Yeah.
Comic movies. He was really good in Sin City.
Yeah.
His arc was the best, I find. Marv's arc was okay. I think they didn't do much for him because he was just walking around most of the time or just beating up people.
That's what Marv does.
Yeah, pretty much what he does.
But his arc was pretty good. Even what's his name? Even though they killed him off quick, the cop there who
Bruce Willis.
Not Bruce Willis, but Del Toro, whatever the guy is.
Oh yeah. Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, he was acting good, even though they killed him off quick. He was a good actor in that movie too.
Yeah.
Chopped off his neck.
That was a good one.
They had to kill the cop for the story to go on.
It's a good movie.
He had to die.
Good comic book movies. Watch like even other comic book. Watchmen could. That was just too close to the comic books.
Well, that was the thing because like
It
the
needed to be close to the comic.
Yeah, like
that's something you couldn't really see.
I still don't get anybody who gives Zack Snyder flack for that movie hasn't read the book.
Yeah.
Because that is the best adaptation you could have done out of that book.
I read the book.
So
like, even though like the ending Alien wasn't the same, like they just used the
explosion or whatever.
yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, no,
but it was still good.
I thought it was perfectly done. There's like so many like memorable, awesome scenes, and then like just like the what's his name?
Rorschach.
Ozymandias was one of the baddest villains ever.
But what's the blue guy's name again?
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, like his whole because like in the books it was really cool and well explained, but like the whole narration with like the tune and like how he's slowly coming together, that was a fucking brilliant scene.
Yeah. Honestly,
Rorschach,
I liked the movie, especially after reading like the graphic novel and then going to the movie. Like I thought it was done.
It's weird too. It's like my dad. He hasn't read comics like since the '60s, and he goes to see Watchmen. He asked me for the comic after that because he wanted to read it. Yeah.
I thought it was great.
It was definitely it wasn't your popcorn flick superhero movie, and like I loved it.
Oh, it was one that you sit down, you pay attention, and you observe.
Like,
what's
second
happening.
viewing, like I stopped halfway through. I just didn't feel like I needed to watch it a second time. But like first viewing, no, I loved it.
But there's only like a couple of actors that can convey like books and comic books. Like you have Peter Jackson, you have Rodriguez, you have Zack Snyder, you have Nolan.
Whedon.
Huh?
Josh Whedon.
Whedon.
Sorry.
Hit and miss sometimes.
I'm so bad with names.
Yeah,
he is hit and miss sometimes with him.
He did Avengers.
Huh?
He hasn't had
Avengers was good.
He hasn't had a miss yet since like maybe Dollhouse probably.
Dollhouse was brutal.
I never seen it. Never seen it. People say it was supposed to be good, but
It was the chick that was also in Buffy.
Yeah.
The other, like the brunette Slayer, I can't remember her name. Hot as hell.
Eliza Dushku.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's the name. Yeah, that hot chick. She was in it. Basically, like, was it like she'd go into?
I never watched
some
it.
Shit. It's a weird concept. Something about her becoming females and solving crimes or some shit. It sucked.
I never watched it, but
put it in layman terms, it sucked.
Got cancelled.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Fox. What do you expect?
all I'm saying is Whedon better not fucking die before Avengers 2.
Fox is notorious.
He's gonna do Avengers 2?
He better.
Never know.
Why wouldn't you? He fucking made like the third most grossing movie of all time. You're gonna hand that off to
Favreau could have done Avengers 2. And it would have been great too.
Favreau knows how to keep a story going, but he's not.
He's not doing the third Iron Man, that's for sure. He might be in it, but he's not doing the third.
No, he's not doing it. But yeah, no. I mean, with Iron Man 2, it shows that he's not without flaw. I don't think he can, because he can't handle the same dynamic and chemistry. That's what Whedon does. That's why they gave him Avengers.
But Whedon kills off characters for no apparent reason.
It's funny. It wasn't even his decision to kill off Coulson.
That's a lie.
No, it
That's
was
a
funny
lie.
because he was having a conversation. And everybody was like, because before the movie, they're like, "Don't kill off Coulson," because like he's kind of like what's his name from Firefly, and like it's always like like the lovable maverick, that always gets killed off.
He's
like, don't do it. They're like, don't do it. So then
whatsoever.
when it happens in the movie, everybody's like, come on. And this one guy interviews like Whedon after, and it's just like, come on, Whedon. We saw it. Like, this isn't like you. That was too predictable. We knew you were going to do that. And he's like, actually, he had like this. He apparently had this heated argument with, I think it was Kevin Feige, Marvel producer who like pretty much produced all that stuff. And he said, here's what you need to do. Is like you have to kill off Coulson. He's like, I'm going to get in so much shit for this because everybody expects me to kill off Coulson.
Yeah.
He wanted to keep him alive. And Fiction is like, no, he's like, we got to do it. But I don't think they did it for impact. I think it's because they're setting him up for something else. Because he's still listed as like being in the movies to come. So
really?
So I think they're gonna make.
So he's alive still?
I think they're gonna turn him into
Johnny Storm him.
No, I think he's gonna turn into fuck. What was that guy's name?
Ant-Man?
No. The one that was
Vision?
like Vision. Yeah.
They're gonna turn him into Vision? That's not gonna work and makes no sense. I'm sorry.
Vision is like an android or something, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was made by Ant-Man. No, he wasn't made by Ant-Man.
No, you're thinking Voltron.
Voltron.
No,
Ultron. No,
Ultron.
Ultron.
Yeah.
Ultron made Vision. Yeah, Ultron made Vision. Ant-Man made Ultron, and Ultron made Vision.
Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway,
Still,
they're gonna do something with him.
Well, either way,
But
Ant-Man
the thing is, like,
gonna be
there's also a chance that he's not even dead, being that it was all Fury just fucking with people.
Yeah, but
Because the whole thing with like the cards, like, because they kind
But
of
we
hint.
saw him get stabbed.
Yeah, but it hints that he's not really dead in that, like, because like the whole thing with the
He got
cards.
stabbed in the heart.
It looked like a lung.
That was a heart stab, man.
It would have been a lot faster if it was a hard stab.
The doctors pronounced him dead.
Did they?
Don't toy with my emotions.
No, because it's hinted that he's still alive because like Fury pulled out the cards to give him all that extra boost, and he never had the cards on him. He had to go to his locker, put a little bit of blood on him,
Because he can't break into his locker.
No, but it's mentioned in the movie that he didn't.
Fury shot at a jet with a pistol.
No, but it's he actually he went to his locker, put the blood on it, and then threw it to make it look like he had the cards.
Oh yeah, everybody knows.
He did it as motivation, so it's like it's possible that Coulson is still
really
alive.
Vision though?
I don't know if they're gonna do a Vision, but I'm pretty sure Coulson's still alive.
You could put Vision. Probably most likely is going to be in the next Avengers.
Yeah, because Fury does shit like that all the time. He like toys with people, and it was also a nod to in the Ultimates. In order to get the team to form up, they needed something
Universal
to form up
sacrifice.
So like basically, Banner he injected himself, or like he turned himself into the Hulk in the city, so that the Avengers would team up and take him down. And so I guess
I guess Vision could work, but I don't know how that's going to work. Though.
They are doing Ant-Man though. Apparently they showed some footage.
He's having a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing Ant-Man?
Yeah.
How's that going to work?
Who's
Ant-Man though?
I don't know if
see, but I just know they're doing an Ant-Man.
I don't think because like they did test footage, so it was all probably like CGI and actors.
So Ant-Man, Wasp.
I still say they need Nathan Fillion to do Ant-Man.
We'll save him for Uncharted. No worry. We'll save him for Uncharted.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, that's the character is modeled after him.
Tomb Raider?
Huh?
Tomb Raider?
Tomb Raider's not gonna sell. I don't care what anyone says. That game is not going to sell.
That's what Uncharted is. Tomb Raider.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Have you ever
really
played
is.
Tomb Raider? It's
Yes.
not. It's not at all.
Where
the
do you
same.
think Uncharted idea came from?
It didn't came? It did not.
Tomb Raider.
Dude, have you ever played Tomb Raider? Tomb Raider is just finding artifacts and solving puzzles. That's it. There's a whole supernatural element in Uncharted.
So
they added something.
No,
In Tomb Raider 2, you fight a fucking dragon.
that's fake shit. No, man.
What do you think Uncharted?
It's completely different. It's a completely different
No,
game.
wasn't
may be a
Nathan
different
Drake supposed to be the
story,
male to
But
Lara
it's
Croft?
literally where
pretty
they
sure.
got
You
it
should
from.
look it
It's Tomb Raider.
No,
It's
not.
the male version
Look it
of
up.
Tomb Raider.
Look it up.
I don't have internet on this.
Which, because that was the big irony that everybody was joking about, because Lara Croft was the male Indiana Jones, and
Yeah.
Nathan Drake is the male.
Laura Croft.
Yeah.
No, it's not the same. It's not even the same dynamic. Same. It doesn't
really
fit.
is, though.
It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit at all. It doesn't fit at all.
How does it not fit?
It doesn't
He
fit.
raids tombs.
This isn't raid.
He goes through ruins, he gets these artifacts to sell them in the black market.
Doesn't sell anything. It's his ancestry.
He's a treasure hunter.
It's his ancestry. He's getting back everything that belongs to him.
He's a treasure hunter.
He's going after his own stuff.
He hunts for treasure.
He doesn't hunt for treasure. He's only getting back.
Just
his
because
stuff.
the story's different doesn't make the premise any different as
It's
well.
a whole-
They're basically the same people.
We're not the same people. We're not the same people.
When
Yes.
all signs point to yes,
No,
it's not no.
it's not the same game, man. It's not the same thing.
I know it's hard
It's a whole different story.
for you to accept
All those
the fact
times you're
that
playing with one
Uncharted
hand
isn't a
in your
completely
pants.
original idea, but it's okay.
It's gonna lead up to like one big story. I think from the next game after Last of Us, they're gonna lead up to that last thing because they're hinting his name is not really Drake. It's something else.
Who cares? Doesn't change the fact that
It's one big story.
they weren't inspired by Tomb Raider.
No, Tomb Raider sucks. That's why it's only coming back now, and it won't sell again. Tomb Raider's not good. It's not a good game. You can't do anything else with Tomb Raider. Look at the original game, how it was. It was just you're just jumping over stuff and solving puzzles to
Look
lead
how
to nowhere.
long ago that
To lead to
original game
nowhere.
came out.
This
It's
game-
like Resident Evil. If you were to go back and play the old ones now, you would not enjoy it as much as you did back then.
I don't know. I like Resident Evil 2.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty
a
good.
classic game, but I'm telling you, like, could you actually sit through that whole thing and play it right now?
Of course I can. Compared to the travesty that was Resident Evil 5,
5 was fun.
5 wasn't
5
fun.
was fun.
Yeah,
4 was
well,
obviously
you-
4 was better than 5, but 5 was fun.
I didn't like 5. Man.
And 6 is gonna
Couldn't-
be sweet.
Have to stop and shoot. Can't shoot and walk
That
at
was
the
the
same
same
time.
in 2.
That was
Huh?
the same. Yeah, like in all Resident Evils, you
No,
can't walk
no.
and
Yeah,
shoot.
you can. Yeah, you
Not
can.
in
No,
two.
you
Yeah,
can't.
you can. Yes, you
I
can.
will bet
No,
you
you
$1 million
can't.
You
fucking
couldn't-
dollars
you
right now.
couldn't-
Are you kidding me?
I will bet you.
Do you
can save this
remember
account.
Resident Evil 1 and 2? Like, you literally had to stand there, shoot, and if you wanted to run, you were like, turn in your circle.
Yeah, they had a quick turnaround, like that. You
Yeah.
press a couple. You press like down and
That was that's the
If-
one
if
annoying
that was-
staple
if
of
that
Resident
was
Evil,
the
is that when
case-
you shoot, you can't move.
If that was the case, that was limited in technology. I could forgive that. I could forgive that.
no. There were other games that tried to be Resident Evil that did it, but the thing was because when you stop, you can only aim in 3. You can either aim regular, aim low, or aim.
The
high.
first game to actually make a way to shoot and walk was the Dead Space. With their whole, like,
Silent Hill.
alien apocalypse.
Silent Hill.
No.
Silent Hill.
No, what I mean is like free aim, like
Yeah,
over
like the
shoulder.
free aim type of thing.
I
Where
don't
it's
know.
like, it's that whole zombie apocalypse feel, horror style move, like game. Dead Space was the first ones to really do it right. Where it's like, it's a third person shooter, but you still felt like it had that Resident Evil feel to it. Because you're not running around, running and gunning.
Oh,
You're
that's
scared shitless.
Dead Space turned to Lost Planet. That game's not going to be good.
What?
That's what people are saying. They
They're
say
lining up for the third one. The first two were amazing. What are you saying? It's not going to be
people.
good.
Everyone's been saying that Lost Planet looks like Dead Space now, and Dead Space looks like Lost Planet. That's what everyone is saying.
We'll see. What were we talking about before?
We were talking comics, but then
It's all
he couldn't
related.
accept the fact that Tomb Raider and Uncharted. Well, that
Oh, so
Uncharted
they
was
said
inspired by
yeah,
Tomb Raider.
Nathan Fillion should be Ant-Man. A lot of people are
Yeah.
cruising for that. Because that would be great, because if you set that up and then he can show up in Avengers 2 under Joss Whedon again. But apparently, like, the test footage was him taking out 2 guards by just constantly becoming like small and big again. Because like he comes in small, they don't know he's there, and he goes to regular side, punches one guy, and then goes small again. The guy doesn't know where he is, and then.
So
like
who
that.
else are you gonna have in that movie? Because you can't just have Ant-Man.
Maybe
It
Wasp.
was gonna be
maybe
what?
they'll do Wasp. I don't know.
They're gonna have Ultron in it too.
Lucy Liu is Wasp.
We're gonna have Ultron in it,
Maybe.
obviously. And him and what's his name, Thanos are gonna team up or some shit with Red Skull for Avengers 3. It makes sense. It could work.
Who knows?
See, Hydra comes back out of nowhere, all space aliens. They're actually Hydras. I don't know, man. I do not know. And that's all the comic book movies that's coming out. I don't know what else. Blade? No.
No, they're not doing it.
There'll be no more Blades for a long time.
Imagine if they did do a Blade remake, though.
You just get another black man to play him. It's okay.
No,
He's another character that's not that hard.
Yeah.
No.
Screw that. I
You have
want
to
Luke
have
Cage first.
Yeah, Luke Cage would be good.
Him and Iron Fist would
No,
be
they
boss.
they just need to make a Heroes for Hire movie. I know they were in talks about that.
Yeah.
They just do both origins in one movie.
That'd be sweet.
Luke Cage and
Iron Fist.
Iron Fist.
That'd be badass.
Yeah, they make the Heroes for Hire team. They're just like mercenary superheroes.
That would be too boring, though.
What?
Luke Cage and Iron Fist. No.
Have you read those comics? They're awesome.
Yeah, but they're not. They're not. People want super things. Luke Cage is okay, but Iron Fist, come on. No one wants to see Iron.
I can tell you don't read comics.
I don't want to see Iron Fist, man. Come on.
You don't want to see him, but I guarantee you that the greater majority of people who do want to see him.
It's gonna do just as well as.
It's like if they did Uncanny X
Give him like Jason Statham, Iron Fist.
or Uncanny X Force, actually. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, man. Like
Archangel, Wolverine.
they could do.
Deadpool.
What they need to do is
Psylocke.
get Gambit back and make him decent, and not have telekinesis, like powers that are not related to anything that he does. Like what they did in X-Men
They fucking ruined
in
that,
Wolverine.
I was stupid, so. Just have him throwing cards and beating people with a pole. That's what he does. He does it well.
He was levitating the cards and just like flying
Yeah,
around
that
his
was
head and
pretty
shit.
stupid.
It made no sense whatsoever. And they got what's his name to do it, so it was a immediate fail.
Hitch.
Yeah.
Pitch.
Hitch or whatever. Every movie he's been in has been a flop. Battleship. What was that?
People
that
actually
Mars
saw
movie.
Battleship?
That Mars movie, some shit.
Yeah, when I saw Rihanna was in that movie, I was like, yeah, it's going to be so whack.
Liam Neeson was in it.
What?
Though.
The fact that it was called Battleship didn't.
You know, it was funny because when I heard about the movie, I had absolutely no idea it was based off like the board game,
Yeah.
and so like I was just like, okay, what is this shit movie? Then people were like, yo, it's based off the board game, and I was laughing. I was like, yo, stop trolling.
No,
You
the
know,
thing is,
like,
I saw-
I was literally telling them like, stop trolling. Like, what's this movie about? And they're like, yo, it's off like the board game. Right then and there,
What's
it's
this
going to be
house?
the
No, like
shittiest
I
movie
saw a
on earth.
poster for it, and I thought it was a joke, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty funny. I go on, and then as I was scrolling down, I see release date. I'm like, no, you're fucking kidding me. And I check it out online, and I'm like, it's actually coming out. Hollywood.
I honestly
It's
thought people were
Once I-
trolling though.
Once I saw the commercial and I heard that Transformer sound, I'm like, nah, this is gonna suck as hell. First of all, no, it just looked too much like
At
Transformer.
what time were there aliens in that board game? Like, I don't remember. I remember H6. You sunk my battleship.
Yeah, the best
Like,
was
that's about
Liam
it.
Neeson picking up the phone. You sunk my battleship.
It's horrible.
And I'm Carmen.
But it's like even
Taken
going
2
back
is gonna be nice.
the new movie.
The guy's got to fucking keep an eye on his family.
No, but the premise is like
Oh.
the people he killed in the first one,
They're coming
back
back,
to
yeah.
get him for revenge and stuff like that.
See, like that is okay,
Like, I can it makes sense.
It
Like,
makes
it's not
sense.
even to just say, oh, you let your daughter go again? You idiot. It's like, we're on vacation, and they came to us.
And he's there too. So there's like,
Yeah.
so it's like Punisher. Make Liam Neeson the Punisher. That's exactly what happens. The Punisher.
He'd
But
be a
that movie-
Punisher
badass
fucks
Punisher.
over a bunch of when he's a cop, fucks over a bunch of crime rings that all come after his
He'd
family.
be a
and then
badass
becomes a
Punisher.
Punisher.
Too old, but he'd be
Yeah,
a
he'd be
badass
too
Punisher.
It's funny, so I was talking to a friend of mine how I like to make links between movies, especially characters, and like see how plausible they be.
Mhm.
So for Love Actually and Taken, it's the same character.
Love Actually.
It's the same character. You never find out what he does
That
in Love
piece of
Actually,
shit movie.
and then you just find out that his wife is dead. So it could be after Taken,
oh my god.
and then after I saw Dark Knight, the same friend texted me, and it's just like, so what's the connection between Ra's al Ghul and Taken in Love Actually. And I'm like, well, actually, it's pretty plausible because you see, his daughter is completely unfazed after she gets kidnapped. Maybe it's because she's used to some shit. She's Talia all along.
Oh my god.
And then, like, after when he's fed up with the CIA, he goes off and becomes a mercenary and he stumbles across the League of Shadows.
Yeah, that's it. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, man.
It'll work.
It's all the same character. It's a trilogy.
He's a badass character. He kicks ass. He trained Obi-Wan.
You know what I want to see?
Kick Nazis' ass.
Yeah, I want to see
Schindler's List.
because like Morgan Freeman and Liam Neeson are like two sides of the same coin. They always play like the mentor, godly figure. We need to have a versus. We need to have a showdown.
Versus?
Morgan Freeman versus Liam Neeson.
Well, Morgan Freeman's gonna talk Liam Neeson to death. Is that what he's gonna do?
Look,
No,
Morgan
they both
Freeman
narrate.
is God.
See well, he's Liam Neeson has played God more than once. He's played Zeus
played
and
Zeus.
Aslan, who is pretty much Jesus.
Yeah, but God. God is still alive today.
No, it should be verses, but it's like basically only with their voices, like they're both narrating. So that was my biggest problem with Taken. Is every time he talks, I feel like he should be narrating.
It should be a narrator.
A narrator, yeah. So it's just like the year is 2246, and the time was right.
March of the Penguins, man. I don't know. That's some stiff competition.
That'd be so classic though.
Liam Neeson. He's a great actor now.
Liam Neeson, Morgan Freeman going at it.
That'd be badass.
Like, if they had somehow fixed the story, like not to kill him in Phantom Menace, and kept it going, that would have been actually pretty decent.
Hey, Darth Maul's still alive.
For some odd apparent reason, with mechanical legs, he survived the infinite drop and came back with mechanical legs.
Don't underestimate the power of the Force.
Oh please.
They cut him in half, but they didn't kill him.
Yeah, Darth Vader gets electrocuted for less than 5 seconds, but he dies.
He was old!
Luke Skywalker gets electrocuted for a good half of 2 minutes.
But the thing was, Vader, after he became a machine, it was pretty much like putting a toaster in a tub.
Yeah.
He just got fried.
Okay, so electricity on electricity versus flesh, which is, what, 80% water?
Hey, we don't know where Darth Maul landed. We just know
he didn't land. He should be still falling, for all we know right now. It's a bottomless pit. He should still be falling.
He landed on a cushion.
We don't know what happened, man.
Yes.
We weren't following him down there.
Oh
Don't underestimate the power of the Force.
Oh yes, that's it.
Use the Force.
They're the most implausible things ever in the universe.
If you can feel someone from across the universe, I think you can survive a fall.
That's one thing I never really liked about Star Wars. There's certain stuff I could understand because it's a movie.
Space magic.
It's space magic. That's exactly what it is. Space magic.
Look, it's samurais, it's wizards, and it's cowboys. That's all that movie is.
In space.
I don't know. I think that's why I prefer.
That's what makes it fucking awesome.
I think that's why I prefer Star Trek more than Star Wars.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Star Trek is the bigger western in comparison to Star Wars. Way bigger western. Yet you have a captain who fucks aliens.
Yeah,
Star Trek's boring as shit.
That's pimping my books.
I mean, not one disease
huh?
from all the aliens he's fucked.
Hey, Captain Kirk is the galaxy
Not
pimp.
one of them he put his penis in and all of a sudden it came out gone.
This is the galaxy pimp, man. Really,
That's very plausible.
This is the galaxy
That
pimp.
you can fuck any alien out there and not even get chlamydia.
That's Captain Kirk, man.
I want a Mass Effect movie.
A Mass Effect movie? It'll probably redeem itself.
That's got some space magic.
Question is, do we go male shepherd or female shepherd?
Male Shepherd.
Probably no. That's if you even have Shepard at all.
You have to have shepherd.
What if it just starred Keith David?
Him and his voice? His voice would
Admiral
probably hold the
Anderson.
movie going. Or narrate it or everything.
Yeah. Oh, and he would be the third. It'd be a battle royale between Morgan Freeman, Liam Neeson, and Keith David.
For the best voice ever. Yeah, Keith David would probably win.
I'm about that, man.
That episode of Community where he was doing the PBS documentary.
And they asked him, "Are you?" After I think it was Jeff Ryan was asking, "Aren't you the same guy who played the person in the cape?" He said, "No, that's not."
That's not me.
It's like, hey, are you in the cape? No.
Oh man, the cape! What a travesty! Was that
I
actually?
never even watched it.
You saved your eyes from that.
Like I didn't give it a
Nonsense.
chance.
Yeah, they had a few jokes about it in Community. It's like it's not gonna last. It's 6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah. Oh man, Keith David. Yeah, Mass Effect movie would be okay.
Did you get through those games yet?
The remake.
Mass Effect?
Yeah.
Yeah, beat all of them.
Yeah, it's fucking good.
Yeah, the multicolor endings and all that kind of bullshit.
Whatever. Like the re-release was fine, but
It was useless.
it was pretty much just an extended.
Yeah,
scene.
all they did was just tell you a bit more of what happened afterwards.
No, it was pretty much for all the stupid people who couldn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. Like, they needed more understanding of, okay, so what happens to the universe now? Like,
Yeah.
I need to know.
And it's the kind of people who are
Give
like,
me-
Inception, did it fall over or didn't it? Give us more!
Yeah.
No, they'll make another Mass Effect, but I'm assuming it's gonna be next gen. It's not gonna. They're gonna give that series a
The
rest.
thing is, you can do anything with Mass Effect. You can do an RTS, you can do a shooter, you can do fucking...
I've always said they should make Mass Effect an MMO.
No.
That would be crazy.
But you can't do it with the same old, like, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
like the hockey system. You can't do that.
No, I can't do it.
You'd have to make it like, fuck it. Well,
No.
there is no blueprint for that right
You
now.
can make it like the multiplayer, kind of.
No.
No, you can't have like a sprawling world with that kind of fidelity.
Who knows?
No.
But hell, I do a first-person shooter Mass Effect. That'd be fucking cool. Like a mass first-person, something like very like Battlefield-esque with all the vehicles and like classes and stuff like that. That'd be sick. Fucking space magic in Battlefield. I'll do that.
Space magic.
Star Wars?
Battlefront. Yeah.
It always goes back to
Yeah,
Star
Battlefront.
Wars.
Battlefront was good.
They
for
need
back
to
in the
do
day.
another Battlefront, man.
Yeah.
They had. I'm not sure if you saw the screen caps for it.
Yeah.
How
So
they had made it.
I was.
It looked good, but they canceled it. I don't know why. I guess Star Wars 1313 or whatever.
They canceled it because the developer was a piece of shit. But yeah, no, I do a Mass Effect Battlefront.
Oh yeah, I'm tired of Star Wars though. Yeah, there needs to be something new.
There's never been
Mass
Star
Effect.
Wars.
Mass Effect is the next Star Wars. I'm calling it.
I don't know about that.
It's a mighty leap. I mean, have you seen the Clone Wars? Awesome cartoon.
Yo, if they had a proper like long-standing TV show on Mass Effect, there's so much you can do with that universe.
You could do a lot more with the Halo universe. The Halo story is better than the game. I could say that.
No,
flat
you
out.
do a lot more with
Story
Mass
is-
Effect story than with Halo story.
The Halo story.
The one thing Mass
Books.
Effect
The
has
thing is, because the Halo story, you can only ever focus on like 1 or 2 things.
Yeah,
It's either
like,
the Spartan
Mass Effect
program
is-
or
it's
the war. Mass Effect,
massive
yeah.
societies. Like, there's so many
Mass
different
Effect, you can do like
races.
mob stories, you can do war
Yeah.
stories, you can do like fucking going
Like,
into a bar.
there's so many
whatever.
side games they could create from Mass Effect where it's like, okay, you're one of these guys, you're this race, and you're doing like maybe or like I don't know, like thieves and shit. Like, there's so much you can do.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool.
You're
If they had
space
like
pirates and all that shit. You know, like
yeah, you can do like a space cop game. That would be awesome if you're like a CSEC officer, like just
yeah,
something like that. Or if they're talking about doing like a prequel game for like the First Contact War, so like humans versus Turians,
that would be pretty sweet.
or even like anything after one of the endings.
One of the endings.
It still destroys the only way to go.
Oh yeah, it's actually the proper ending.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Cause,
actually like the synthesis though.
Synthesis 1 is fine, but it was a little bit too utopic for me. But the Control one was just like, especially with the extended ending, it was just plain creepy. You can tell like that was the bad ending. They tried to fuck with you by making like red and blue. They swapped the Paragon and Renegade decisions, and yeah, they did it to fuck with you. Because if you take the Control ending, it's just like it's pure like totalitarian regime, and it's like I'm gonna keep the peace because I have Reapers.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like at any moment though, I can kill you.
We're gonna work together or die.
Yeah.
Shepherd.
Yeah. Whereas Destroy.
Yeah, I took the destroy ending when I played it.
Same.
It's like it seemed normal, and you see him at the end. It's like they're still alive.
The Refuse ending was pretty cool too.
That was stupid. They should never put that in
The
there.
refuse,
You could just refuse everything. Don't pick anything.
and everybody dies.
Yeah, everyone dies.
But the next cycle wins.
Huh?
The next
Yeah, the
cycle
next
wins
cycle.
because of Liara's device.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah.
left it on. Like,
Yeah.
Because she
something
tells
like
them. Like,
She
basically
tells them like
gives
how
them
they came, what they did, and all that stuff. So like the next cycle, their entire cycle is basically to prepare for the Reapers.
Yeah.
The next cycle, that would be weird. Imagine if life was actually like that every 50,000 years. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what made me think, man. I'm like, we're so small. That first conversation with Sovereign in Mass Effect 1,
Yeah.
that was so cool.
Mass Effect. It was a good game. Just that last ending.
It did leave a sour note, but I still loved it though.
You could tell that EA probably, I think, rushed them for that game.
Oh, they did, and it was also because they had a completely different ending up until like 3/4 through.
Oh yeah.
They switched in the last. I only heard like a little bit about what it was supposed to be, but I can't remember. But they ended up changing it pretty, on a dime. I'm surprised at the finality of it too, because I thought they would have left it like completely open for more entries. So now they have to like work around something with like the relays and all that shit.
Yeah, and this time in the relays didn't actually get destroyed completely like in the original thing, and the new re-releases.
But then the other one, I never saw them getting completely destroyed either. It was just a matter of they didn't show that view.
Yeah, they showed it. Well, I saw it.
Yeah, but you didn't see them like disintegrating. You saw like they were depleting basically. That's what I saw.
Oh, I saw them just blow up. Everything just blew up every time. That's why it was weird. And you saw when the Normandy was trying to escape. Then the re-release, it didn't like crumble into pieces. It just like went off screen. And then in the old one, you see the ship was just crumbling into pieces. On the synthesis one, and I was like, how is?
I thought it was because he was pushing it too hard because they didn't know what it was.
You're right. I don't know. That game had its flaws, but it was an okay game. It's fun to play through and everything like that.
No, it was awesome. It was one of the best gaming stories that I've ever seen
in recent years.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Only gaming story coming close to right now is Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
It's nice and deep.
Get rid of freaking Desmond, useless character.
Yeah, his potential to be a good character. They just don't do
You
anything.
need him though.
Not really.
Without his DNA, what do you have?
I don't think they need him for like they don't really need him though.
You know what? You know
Like without him, there is no Ezio.
Oh,
There's
you know
no.
it'd be hilarious if Desmond, if they never really said his name, and like he gets older and he goes through like all his training and stuff like that, and you find out all along he was Sam Fisher, and that's how Sam Fisher got trained.
Oh yes. Sam Fisher.
At the end of it all, it's like, so what's your name? Sam.
And then like cut to credits, and then it's just like rise and shine, Mr. Fisher.
No, but I'm waiting. I want to see what Watch Dogs. People are saying Watch Dogs is gonna be next gen. I don't know.
I think so.
Because if it's next gen, it's gonna look
Most
much.
likely, they didn't have a release date for it.
It's gonna look much better than when it looked like right now.
Yeah, no, it was basically a tech demo,
It's a tech demo.
essentially.
It was on the high end PC.
I'm like 90% sure the next E3 they're announcing all the consoles for the Christmas season.
Yeah, they're gonna
for sure.
The Wii would have failed.
Look,
Hey guys, look, we caught up. We can do HD now, and like they're going into our next generation.
It's gonna be the GameCube.
Honestly, if they're smart, they'll just scrap whatever their so-called next gen will be and start over, man.
No, they're not going to.
The thing with the Wii U is like
They're still going to make a shitload of money.
Because parents and people are not going to fall for that motion gimmick anymore. That's done with. They're not going to fall for that. And like
now they have a tablet.
Honestly, do you think people,
did you see that controller?
Do you think parents are gonna buy that for their kids though? Like, people are gonna say like, "Oh, the Wii U." Parents are like, they don't know what the Wii is. They're like, "Wait, don't you already have a Wii?"
Right now, the best motion thing is the Kinect, man. You don't need a controller. It's voice activated, hand activated. You know, you can use your foot if you wanted to.
The next 360 consoles, I think there's reports that they're trying to build one into it.
I hope so.
Because I mean, like, I would like to use Kinect for everything but gaming. Like all the other stuff that it does.
Like when I'm going through Netflix and all that shit.
Like basically having a high quality webcam on your.
Because if I can just go Xbox, Netflix, and it pops up that app, sweet ass. Do that, please.
Xbox, wake the fuck up. Morning, master.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
What was that other one they have? The glass, whatever. That thing
That's
that was
tablets,
like to incorporate with your phones and your tablets and all that shit. Just making life a bit easier.
I don't know, but the Wii, I know the Wii U is gonna fail miserably. I just want Nintendo to be bought over by someone.
See, the one thing Nintendo did right is obviously appealing to the younger generation, but even then, it's like, how often can we just keep shoving down Mario games to kids? Like, come on.
That's all they have.
It's ridiculous.
That's all they have. Zelda, Mario.
They haven't made a new IP since Pikmin.
And how old is Pikmin? GameCube, right?
Yep.
It's like how many times can I play over Mario? How many times can I play the same Mario over?
Until Nintendo says it's enough.
I know.
So they're
I'm
never
like,
gonna do.
God, it's ridiculous, man. It's like I understand Mario is your mascot and everything, but come on.
Have them do something else.
Don't
Besides
have them do
jumping on
something else.
mushrooms
Make new
and
IPs. Make new
going through
IPs.
tubes.
He's like a plumber on acid, basically. That's what he is, going through tubes and jumping on turtles and eating mushrooms.
He eats a star and he's powerful.
No, it's like
I'm invincible. He eats a flower and he can spit fire.
they really need a new IP, though. They really, really need a new IP. Like they haven't even come up with a new Metroid. People said the last Zelda was pure bullshit garbage. It's like you need something new, brand new.
The best Zelda was the first one. Man.
Which one?
The first one.
Ocarina of Time was the best one.
I like Link to the Past.
Huh?
The Super Nintendo one? Link to
Oh,
the
Link
Past?
to the Past. It actually took me like 5 years to beat it because I never used to play it religiously. I used to play like once, like one time a day, and that was it. I would just leave it and play stuff. That's when Super Nintendo had games, so I had many options to play different stuff. But yeah, and after once I beat it, it was like, oh, it took me like less than a good hour and a half to beat the game.
The game's awesome.
It was a good game, but it was
So
it's basically
classic.
like Ocarina of Time, the Link to the Past.
Ocarina of Time was pretty much a remake of
Yeah.
Link to the Past.
And they said there was a story to it, to the whole game. All the games are linked together somehow. I'm like, well, okay, Nintendo.
Yeah, no, there's a timeline actually. Like,
I'll believe it when I
if you
see
go
it.
online, like, there's people who basically like went through all the games to try and figure out what the secrets.
I think
of the timeline
Nintendo
is.
officially released it.
Yeah.
That what they're
I don't
talking
even
about.
think Nintendo knows what they're talking about anymore. Man. I honestly don't know.
Let's do some research on Google. And,
There's a lot of game companies now that don't know what they're talking about anymore. Square Enix is one of them.
the Zelda timeline theory. Shucks, they got all this shit.
Zelda. Oh man.
They got videos. They got all this shit.
I'm still saying that Sam Fisher is an assassin.
I can't wait for the next
Yeah.
Splinter Cell to come out. Like that, and they need to make another Rainbow Six.
Yeah, the thing is, I was still tempted kind of to get Ghost Recon, but I hear it's just like they fucked up a few things online, so it doesn't have that much longevity. But we need another shooter.
I don't know. I never really liked Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell, I loved Conviction and Chaos Theory.
I don't know. Those games were just like.
See, they got it. The whole, as people believe, it should be played. They got the child road, the adult road, basically all leading up to the final one.
Good lord. I don't know. I'm just tired of Zelda. I can't deal with it anymore. The
I haven't
Legend.
played one through since Ocarina. Never had a Nintendo.
Majora's
My
Mask.
teenage years, man.
Majora's Mask was the last one I played. It's like that's the whole reason. Like I grew out of Nintendo. I used to love Nintendo a lot.
Yeah, I think everyone did. Like
Had,
Super Nintendo was
like,
the
Nintendo,
shit.
Nintendo 64 was
Yeah.
just
That
ridiculous.
64 was the last great Nintendo.
GameCube was like, oh my god, no. And after the Wii, it was like, no, I'm not doing
Like
this.
honestly, N64 was the last great Nintendo.
The only thing that was wrong with the N64 was the controller. The little joystick thing just
Yeah.
always used to get worn out every single
Oh,
time. I had to buy like 5 different controllers.
You always had to like reposition your left hand.
It was just some.
It wasn't the
bullshit.
smartest developed
No.
controller ever. And they didn't do any better with the GameCube.
No.
That shit was just weird.
It was so bulky and ridiculous.
So I stay to the original. You keep the PS3 controller, the best conceived controller out there. It is
It's so small.
It's not small.
Small and flimsy.
For people with normal sized hands, it's small.
It really isn't small.
It's small.
No, it's not.
And they
Like,
still have the
I
analog
can't
together,
hold
so
it.
like if you're like
Yeah,
if you're playing a shooter and you want to aim left while running right, you're like
You hit it to each other. Like,
No,
it's one of those like literally like I have to hold it with like fingertips. I can't hold it like in my hand properly, or else it's just I'm literally like this.
And those analog are flimsy.
If they made it just slightly bigger for people with normal sized hands, it would be a perfect controller.
except for the PS2 one, yeah, PS3 controller with
They
the
made it
fucking,
smaller.
yeah, and like the squishy R2 L2 buttons.
Yeah, I hate
Those
that.
are annoying. I need a click, motherfucker.
Yeah, click, but it has.
Yeah, because like I remember I was playing like a shooter and like can't remember what it was, but I kept crouching and just because like I had my fingers on the shoulder buttons as I usually do, and like if my finger was like slightly going down, it's like I couldn't tell when it would actually trigger, so I just kept constantly crouching. I'm like, fuck, what the hell's happening? I found it was because of this shitty ass controller.
I don't know, man. When I play first person shooters, I don't need the click thing because I always get feedback from the vibration of the controller. It's almost like the same thing for me.
Still, a button should be a button. If I want to duck, I will tell you when I want to duck. I'm not going to go halfway down.
But it's like the Halo controller. Like when you try to crouch and move forward, you can't. That's virtually impossible.
No, you just switch it so that you
can
click
toggle
and it stays.
Yeah, you can toggle it.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Halo had the best control scheme. There's
down.
a reason why everything copied Halo's control scheme.
Yeah, because they did it right. They showed basically everyone how you dual wield.
Didn't everyone copy Battlefield, Medal of Honors thing? I know when Call of Duty 4 came out, it was the same. No,
Medal of Honor is actually the first one was based off of GoldenEye, which was terrible.
Yeah.
You had to manually aim up with buttons.
Yeah.
There was no free aim in the first couple months.
In GoldenEye for 64?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember in GoldenEye with 64, it's like
you had to hold what was it?
Oh yeah, because the aim was like first circle. Yeah.
So you'd have to use like the C up and C down.
Yeah.
The first couple Medal of Honors were like that too. You had to like press up or press down, and that's why it was all auto aim. It wasn't until Halo that you had like the mouse aim all the time, basically.
Yeah, GoldenEye was actually pretty fun. Paintball mode and everything like that. Just play multiplayer all the time.
Yeah, that was the shit, man.
Nintendo had its
when you got the GoldenEye gun, you're just like, bang!
You're dead.
Bang! Fuck this shit! You throw your controller, you got pissed off.
Those are the good old
no odd job. Who the fuck's using odd job?
You can't kill him. You can't kill him.
You see his little hat running around. Oh, when you crouch, because you're crouched, but like it does, like, and you start moving, it just looks like you're sliding along the ground.
Yeah.
So like people would pick odd job and crouch, and it's just like this little midget sliding around with his guns.
Fucking cheap.
Great games, man. Great games. All right, let's get ready to wrap this up. Final thoughts, people.
I'm tired.
I am tired as well. Hopefully Superman is good. I say that reluctantly.
We'll see how Superman goes, man. I think it'll be good.
Get Deadpool made and make it rated R.
R-rated.
You know who should direct Deadpool? Kick-ass people.
Yeah. They'd make it nice and violent and bloody.
Yeah. With like the wacky humor.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
They should do it.
Yeah.
Let's get them on the phone.
Kick-ass people.
Let's call them up while we're on the podcast.
We have a proposition for you guys. I was wondering if you wanted to give me 5 minutes so I can let you know what I've been thinking.
Yeah,
they steal our idea, they run with it, and be like, "We got you bitches on a podcast."
Sue them for all the half the money.
Find out they took all our other ideas too, like the IKEA haunted house. And
That actually is a pretty good idea. IKEA haunted house.
I would go to IKEA if they made it a haunted house. I'd spend hours in it. I think it'd be great.
You'd get lost and terrified or horrified.
Yeah, we could do like either paintballing or laser tag. It'd be sweet.
Oh yeah, that would. It's basically a laser tag setup already.
I haven't done like laser quests in like years, man.
Nah, neither have I.
Last time
somehow I ended up in the basement of laser tag, like where all their like equipment and stuff were. We ended up on the bottom. We're like, how the fuck did we get here?
Probably left the door open or something.
I don't know. It was a weird thing.
Yeah, laser quest. That was good times. Good high school times.
I haven't done it.
Now it's paintball. We're older now, you know. If you're not getting hurt, it's not worth it, right?
I should have just at the end just been like, come on. I was expecting like a big grand finale at the end, but
yeah, that was a shitty map they did.
That was a shitty ending, but the one before that was intense.
Yeah,
that was good. Yeah. Fucking me and Lanky going up the middle. Everybody's flanking on the left and right. We don't hear back from them. We're like, assume they're dead.
Assume they're dead.
Me and Matt just going up, fucking straight up the middle, taking fire. Matt's chilling behind some like overturned car.
Take a pause for these legs. God is good.
She's walking here?
No, she's walking on the other side. So if you run to the kitchen, you can see her.
No, I don't want to.
If you run to the kitchen, you'll see her.
I don't have the energy.
Nice bouncy tits.
That's a break.
As much as that's very enticing, I can't do it. I can't run right
This
now.
episode of the podcast, we're all going to take a nap.
Yeah, I'm actually probably going to head over to my grandparents and Get some food.
Yeah.
Watch some Olympics.
Yeah, I gotta catch up on the Olympics. And,
Shit, the thing is, I don't really care. It's weird.
Summer Olympics, I don't really care about.
Probably
Like-
because it's in England. For real, I don't know. Is there something about England that everything is so old that it doesn't pique my interest? I don't know. Things I find that are very old. It doesn't
Because I
pique my
find like there's
interest.
not many events I rush to see. Like sprinting, I want to see. You know,
Swimming.
like
all
the
that
boxing, I want to
Kenyans.
see.
Yeah, the boxing I want to
stuff.
see.
Kenyans.
Like, there's not like many events that I'm just like, yo, I want to watch this. Like, what time is it on? You know, it's like until like the sprinting and some of the swimming events comes up, like I'm not really checking.
Yeah, when is boxing? I'll have to check it out.
There was
Yeah.
boxing today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll have to look at it. But, yeah, the only events in Summer Olympics I follow are boxing and... Shit, I think that's it. Yeah.
Boxing,
Pretty much all I care
Boxing.
Whereas on Winter Olympics, you know, you have hockey and...
You got hockey. Like
Yeah.
I like all like the skiing stuff. Like
Yeah, the snowboarding.
sick. Yeah. Plus they incorporate the snowboarding and all that stuff. Man, it's like good. Man, there's so many things in Winter Olympics that are awesome.
It's funny, like the rest of the world doesn't watch Winter Olympics, but Canadians are like, fuck yeah!
Well, it's
We actually have a shot.
Canada and Europe, Canada and Europe mostly are hardcore. In
That's
this.
why I'm surprised England has only one medal. They only have one medal.
They don't have
Right
the best
now?
athletes.
Or-
They always suck in the
Huh?
Olympics.
They're the host country and they have one medal. They have the most athletes too, and they only have one medal. Same as Canada.
I'm pretty sure America still has the most athletes.
Yeah, no, China usually tops
Oh.
that list. They send basically 1 billion.
It's in the
people.
country.
They send their country.
You will go. You will win.
If you don't come back, you're dead. If you come back with anything, you're dead.
You go to the sweatshop.
You will make Nike shoes.
You work in Apple factory.
Oh, Foxconn. You're working at Foxconn.
Either you're working at Apple or
It's
you're
like-
working at Nike.
Great, I will finally be able to end life. It's like, no, they put up vents. Oh,
Oh, yeah. Speaking of, I was just about to say that. Foxconn, they have suicide nets.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're- it's that bad.
Yo, they make them work the most disgusting hours in the world, and they treat them like shit. It's so bad.
Sucks.
And then they charge $2,000 for a
Yeah.
fucking laptop.
Don't
That
worry, we got the
doesn't
suicide thing under control. We installed nets.
It's so bad.
Like, are you kidding me, man?
I think
Oh,
your
that's so
skin will
good.
probably peel off before you hit the ground or anything like that first.
Man, I so hope China doesn't get any more powerful. That country is so ass backwards.
Alright, let's end this up by talking shit about China.
So yeah, after like episodes, we got all the fat girls hating us, and now I think I just got China on our
You
ass.
got all the Asians, which is more.
I'm just gonna shut down the IP address right now and
Yeah, we probably should.
hope for the best.
Who knows? Your computer's probably more up to date than anything they have in there. Embassies.
Yeah, it's true. If it was Japan, I'd be worried.
Yeah.
Oh,
But then-
that's not nice.
Yeah, but then they won't want to leave. The only reason Japan ever leaves their country is to go conquer their neighbors.
Ouch. You just
They don't take planes
You just
for
hate
two-way
it.
trips. Only one-way trips.
Kamikaze! I regret
Getting
nothing.
completely out of line, man.
Oh,
You just hear
man.
the engines over
I do
there.
not
Alright, let's
support-
close up.
The Huddle does not support.
So you see, he was hating on fat chicks, hating on Asians. Now you see, you got the whole Asian community on you.
Oh,
That's
God.
more than fat
See,
chicks.
when I
So far, I'm
started...
the only one who's been politically correct on this whole thing.
You're gonna get it soon. Don't worry.
No, I'm quite good. I love everybody.
When I fire up a garage, I mean business.
Alright, so we're gonna end it for this week.
All those StarCraft nights, huh? It's coming back to you.
Those are the Koreans. We're cool with the Koreans. South Koreans.
Oh man, it's horrible. Alright, let's end it here before we get in trouble.
Really, because everything we just said isn't going to get us in trouble.
I don't know, man.
Well, we said the Koreans are alright. They're good people.
Alright, so.
They're like the Asian Swedish people.
Horrible.
So,
Oh,
next week we're gonna have what should we do for next week? We'll think of something as we always do.
90s episode?
Oh, not 90s episode.
90 songs.
This is, yes, we're gonna sing 90 songs.
I can't sing. You guys can do that.
That's what makes it great.
That's the whole point.
We can't sing, but we do it anyway, so it's
We're gonna
awesome.
do it next week. Well, we're gonna we're gonna do the '90s songs. We're gonna compile a list of all of those sexual innuendo songs like B44, Make You Come Tonight, Over to My House, and all that. Backstreet Boys,
Sing, Old Town.
Tonight is the night where two become
That's
one.
what you're looking at? Dude, what, she's 12?
She has a baby.
Probably her brother or something.
Yeah, right. Fuck that shit.
Dude's looking at 12-year-olds.
I always say this. Like,
ew.
No, what
He's a pedophile. Ew.
what I say is this: is when I see a white woman pushing a stroller with a kid in it, it's either the dad's always black.
She looks like a midget.
That's what I always, and it's I'm mostly true all the time.
Like,
without
she
seeing the
legit
kid.
looks like a midget, so she might actually be of age. But ew, like, just the fact that she looks like she's 12 is a problem.
All right, yeah. So next week we're singing the songs like Epi, No Excuses, and
Gonna make you come tonight over to my house.
and that's gonna be pretty fun. And don't forget to listen to us on iTunes and subscribe on YouTube. The more subscribers, the better. And give us ad money. That's what I like.
Okay, relax.
We're
We're all still broke.
We're looking for sponsors, so anyone wants to sponsor us.
Fuck. We are? Since when?
Since we
good.
pissed off the Chinese.
It's pissed off. We pissed off Chinese.
Well, we like World of Warcraft, so China, don't hurt us.
Yeah, I buy all your shoes, huh? So just know.
Yo, I like Nike. You guys are doing a good job.
Yeah, so don't forget to subscribe to us.
Do they
on
make
YouTube.
Jordans?
He has to make Jordans. No, they're made in Taiwan. They're Jordans. Yeah, so subscribe to us on YouTube. Huh?
Wonton soup's alright.
Hey, I'm not going there, man. I'm not listening to any Asians. I love the Asians.
Yo, General Tao chicken.
That's American.
That's American?
Yeah.
There is no God.
So, alright, people, we'll see you next week, and hopefully there'll be less racism on this than usual. Epi just came out the box out of randomness. Probably got to beat too many times in StarCraft.
No,
or
it's the Olympics, dude.
the Olympics.
Yeah, this is the
Yo,
time when
all their
nationalism takes
divers
over.
are like toothpicks. It's
12-year-olds.
unfair.
Oh yeah, they just slip through the water.
They just they go into the water like, you know, like a piece of dookie just going through. Bloop, bloop. You know, it's like, what the fuck? It's not fair.
Alright, we'll see you.
You just wait for
next
like
week.
a hard gust of wind to come and blow them away. Like, fuck. Some bullshit.
Alright, let's end it here.